Hey guys, it's Son the Husky here. Welcome to well, this isn't really the next episode of the Wizard101 playthrough, but in between each world, we are going to do a world in review sort of thing. So what that means is, after each world, after we complete one, I'm going to make a video following up on what we did in the world, and just my end thoughts about the world in 3 different categories. Replayability, the quality of the quest line, and just overall just my ending thoughts on what could have been, different things that they could have changed or made better within the world. Now, being that this is the first arc, I'm not going to really criticize the first arc a lot. I'm not going to dig into the first arc. This is mainly for the later worlds that have been made later down the line. Mainly, I will be digging into some of the second arc worlds and really some of the third arc worlds as well when we get to those. But for now, let's get into the Wizard101. Let's get into our post-Wizard City questline review. So, first things first, let's go ahead and get the cat out of the bag. The questline, we're going to go straight for questline. We're going to grab it by the throat and say, it could be better. It really could. So, if you've realized, most of the videos, this is not going on the full game playthrough. This might actually go in the playlist, but it's going to be like part 6.6A or 6B or something like that, or 6.5 or something like that. It's going to be sort of like an in the middle area, but I digress. The storyline could have been better. It really could have, and overall, I think, I like, I get what they were going for with the sort of cartoonish demeanor of the world, making it a little bit more a little bit more, pop culture-y, but it doesn't have the same quality it did back when it first existed. Now, I will grant the one thing that I do like, sorry about that. One thing I do like about the questline is the fact that it flows. It does flow a little bit, and you actually sort of get like a tie-in to Krokotopia, the Order of the Fang, all that, while you're questing through the world. I mean, that was mainly, so it does sort of flow, but it could be fixed. Definitely. Okay, so gameplay-wise, it's the first world. It's very fun. It's very enjoyable. I don't even remember the categories I put. Nah, it's whatever. But I was just gonna mainly put positives, negatives. This is a very good positive. The gameplay, it's good. You have a lot more tutorials now in this world, which is great, which is, something that you don't usually have a lot of. This world really gives the new person trying to play the game, it gives them all the tips they need to just, do everything they need. It teaches you the basic combat features. It tells you how to, it tells you about your pet, mounts, side quests, main quests, activities. It tells you about everything. The teleporter stones. So it really does that very well. Another, I guess, really I don't know if it's a positive or negative, the wand. I think the wand is a very good wand. I don't have it equipped right now. This is a very good wand. Although, I think it could use a little buff. Now, nothing about the accuracy, not the accuracy, and I don't mean buff the accuracy. I mean maybe buff the spell damage to its normal spell counterparts. It's a starter wand. It should have, better versions of normal spells, in my opinion. The 5 accuracy is a great way for new wizards to really make sure they can get through fights without needing to worry that they're going to fizzle as often. especially Storm, that extra 5 accuracy can go a long way. And I think another positive, well, and we'll go ahead and start with some of the negatives that I've... And these are mainly going to be... These negatives are not focused solely around the world itself. It's got to be on the street. The 3-street quest line. I think the 3-street quest line, I get what they were going for, but it's not the best that they could have done. You know, the Unicorn Way, I'm not going to trounce on as much, just because it's supposed to be the tutorial street, right? It's supposed to teach you everything. That's what it's there for. You know, I have no qualms with that one. Trident Avenue is okay. If I had to put them in a list from the best street to worst street, Unicorn Way is the number 1, then Trident Avenue, then Cyclops Lane, then Firecat Alley. Firecat Alley really does not bode well. And I think I made comments about it during my Firecat Alley playthrough about the storyline and stuff. I'm not gonna totally go and gut it today. I'm not going to just rat on it. I'm not going to criticize it super harshly. But I think the old Firecat Alley was probably the best way to introduce. You know, the old Firecat Alley questline is perfectly fine. And it was perfectly fine in all the different areas of it. Now, maybe updating the voices, maybe making a couple of changes here and there, may have made it a little bit better. But in all honesty, I think they could have stood to just, you know, not really change it as much. Cyclops Lane, it's okay. It's, you know, it's the same similar story idea where you have to rescue the students by General Achilles. You know, you go, you fight them, the whole thing. I don't really agree that freeing the students first was actually the right idea. But it works better besides the Great One inside of the boss room. I think that's like the only quest that I have a little bit of problems with is is General Achilles and the whole Great One rabbit. I think that could have been a fun side boss to do, or I think that would have been a fun side boss to do as a side quest, fight the Great One. And then, of course, if you've quested Selenopolis, you know that, I will spoil it, you get to fight the Great One as a side boss. So, I get that they were trying to introduce the Great One at some point, but I think they could have done it as a side boss rather than just a pass-on when you're fighting General Achilles. And lastly, I'm going to just say that, the ending portion, the transition from Wizard City to Krokotopia is seamless. It's good. You go, you do the usual defeat Falgaze, defeat Lord Nightshade, go to Nightside, return to Ambrose, he tells you, hey, we need to go to Krokotopia now. Gives you the Spiral Key, you go to Krokotopia, and now it's time to start your Krokotopia adventure. Now, for overall, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give each world a rating. And I'm going to give this world, our official score is going to be an 8.5 out of 10. Now, most of the first arc worlds are going to have a higher notion. I'm going to put the bar a little bit low. Like, the expectation for the first arc is not going to be as, I expect better from other worlds. If, the baseline for a good My Initial Thought world as, because what we're doing is I'm not basing it on my previous experience in the world. What I'm doing is I'm putting it in the perspective of sort of a newish player, where we're not going to be as pinpointy on, like, very, very niche specific, like, nitty-gritty everything, just fine-tooth comb the entire world. No. That's not what I'm doing. So, 8.5, if anything goes below 8.5, it's probably, it needs work. The world needs work on. And I'll be completely honest, maybe I'll drop it down to a 7.5 just because I'm not, because we can easily go higher. So yeah, let me know your, so yeah, I think that'll do it. I thought I'd just make a quick video today, or right now, because I am looking to do a sort of different type of video later today. Well, not really. I think I am going to do like a, trying to think of it. It'll come to me in 1 sec. Yeah. I'm going to be doing a, long, just a gameplay video, I think. I'm not sure. We'll see. But I'm still working on a couple things on for my Oblivion roleplay series. So definitely watch out for that. I am planning on streaming later today. And I promise that I will today. I will be going live around 9:30, maybe 10 p.m. EST. Maybe 9:30, depending on how it is. We'll see what happens, but I do plan on live streaming, and we will be doing some Sonopolis on the Storm. So, with that being said, hope you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, if I don't remember it. And stay tuned for Krokotopia. That should be coming Wednesday or Thursday, so watch out for that. With that all being said, I'll see you in the next one.